Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Watch my video and subscribe my channel. Brooke and Nick reconnect in Italy, and Lee's shocking secret is revealed. In Italy, Brooke, Ridge, and Eric rave over the beauty of the Amalfi Coast as they drive to the hotel. Fans wave as they pull up and Eric chortles, "Let's make some memories." They're welcomed to Naples and led into the hotel and taken to the rooftop for a reception. They marvel over the scenery and can't wait for the enchantment of Italy to begin. Brooke B&B. On a dock, Nick is greeted by a man who points off his boat and Luigi, who is working on it. Nick reminds him it needs to be ready. He has something extremely special planned. Luigi is given extra instructions, and the host wonders what Nick has planned for the day. It's a voyage to a beautiful world, where if you kiss your loved one there, your love will have endless life. Nick grins. That's the plan, my man. Luigi wrestles with a difficulty with the boat's steering wheel. Luigi boat B&B. More. Amber and Deacon reconnect. Nick keeps stressing his host that everything needs to be flawless. The man says there seems to be a problem with the boat's hydraulics, but that they're getting to the bottom of it. Once the man goes gone, Nick looks up and sees Brooke at her rooftop event. He muses, time to let the fun begin. Nick B&B. On the roof, Brooke, Ridge, and Eric greet several visitors, and Eric thanks everyone for being there and they all raise their glasses. Sell it. Ridge looks out at a maroon ship and then rejoins Brooke and some guests for a selfie. He then excuses himself. Eric makes arrangements to leave to Capri early in the morning, while Brooke gasps in astonishment when Nick appears. Ciao, Bella! Brooke B&B. Nick asks Brooke to have a little fun. She thinks she can squeeze it in. He won't take no for an answer. She chuckles, okay. Nick says it's a date. Eric observes as they share a kiss. Brooke, Nick B&B. Taylor and Donna debate. At the Forrester mansion, Taylor tells Donna she just got a text from Ridge. They arrived in Italy safely. Donna misses her honey bear and Taylor misses Ridge already. They wish they could have tagged along. Taylor says they will next time, when it's not a work trip. She wonders if Nick Marone will be crashing the celebration. Donna remarks on him returning to L.A. out of nowhere. More. An accident in Naples alters everything. Taylor claims Nick's in control of his father's full fleet now. They recall him arriving into their life because of a shipwreck and remember his yacht, the Shady Marlin. Taylor comments that it's where Brooke and Nick eventually got married. It's too bad it didn't last. Donna asks if she really thinks they could have a future. Taylor says he came back only to see her. Donna's not sure Brooke would go down that road again. She wants her sister to be happy, but they both know there's only one guy who can make her happy. Sorry. Taylor Donna B&B. Donna worries if Nick's truly that interested Brooke, or if this is wishful thinking on Taylor's part. Taylor says she spoke to him herself. Donna shrugs that every man loves Brooke, including her husband, Eric. Taylor swears Ridge isn't. She's confident he won't have time for any of Brooke's games during the trip. Donna guesses she's hoping Nick would distract her. Taylor shrugs that he's always up for an adventure. She trusts Ridge, but is ready to gamble Brooke will make a move. More. Heinous twist in Liam's story still to come. Donna defends her sister, but concedes she's right about Nick being quite the catch. Taylor's convinced Brooke will find him irresistible. Donna worries whether he'll make Brooke his personal business in Italy. They go about Taylor and Nick having in common that they both want Brooke to let go of Ridge. Taylor sincerely wants the best for her. Donna asks if Ridge will be disturbed if her sister ends up with Nick. Taylor insists he's moved on. Maybe Donna should get behind a Nick/Brooke reunion. Donna says he's not her first option. Taylor says that's too bad. Ridge isn't an option. Maybe Brooke can find happiness with Nick. Taylor Donna B&B. What's Lee up to? At the hospital, Finn calls out to Lee, who is passing his office carrying a box. She declares she's taking a leave of absence. Finn frowns. She loves her job and dislikes not working. What is all this about? Lee claims she's tired. After Luna's death and realizing what Poppy did to him, she just needs some time. Finn, Lee B&B. Finn confronts his mother, who just keeps saying, it's time. She switches the topic to Steffi, also taking some time away with the kids. Finn understands, yet he misses them a lot. He keeps reminding himself how lucky he is that she's safe. Luna almost made it, so I'd never see my wife again. Lee hints that she'll be gone as long as she needs to be. She's not yet figured out if she'll stay in town. Finn chuckles at the prospect of her getting rest and reading. It's highly unlike her to take a vacation on a whim. Lee says she's burnt out and encourages her kid not to worry about her. There's something I need to take care of, Finn. Something I needed to accomplish a long time ago. More rewrite underway. Lee's shocking secret. Later, Lee carries her box into a home office and places it down. Opening the top, she pulls out medical equipment. Lee then pulls a curtain aside and a hospital bed is shown. In it sleeps Luna. Lee's promise to comatose Luna. Brooke torn between Nick and Ridge. The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, spoilers for Wednesday, July 30th, reveal that Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, will make a promise to comatose Luna Nozoa, Lisa Yamada, while Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, finds herself torn between Nick Marone, Jack Wagner, and Ridge Forrester, Torsten Kay. For starters, Lee will continue to care for Luna behind closed doors, and she'll have plenty of time for that now that she's taken a leave of absence from the hospital. Luna is still trying to recover from her injuries and appears to be in a coma, but Lee will offer her some love and make a powerful pledge. B&B teasers indicate Lee will promise not to let Luna die and will intend to offer her the stability she never got from Poppy Nozoa, Romy Park, growing up. Now that Lee is looking over Luna and monitoring her condition, she'll shower Luna with family support and fully aim on nursing her back to health. Since Lee once snuck John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, out of the hospital and discreetly helped him heal as well, this isn't her first rodeo. Lee understands what she's doing and will want to give Luna all the attention she never provided her before. Of course, there'll be more Italy excitement on Wednesday's show, too. After Brooke and Ridge take a boat trip together, they'll be on hand for Italian designer Luisa Becaria's Forrester fashion show collaboration in Capri. Despite the personal moments that Brooke and Ridge are set to enjoy, she'll remain pulled to Nick as well. Eric Forrester, John McCook, will feel like Brooke's being torn between Nick and Ridge, so he'll encourage his son to get his act together and win Brooke back before it's too late. Since Eric will still sense that Ridge wants Brooke over Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, deep down he'll issue another warning about Ridge opening his eyes and understanding that Brooke is his future. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers indicate some unexpected news and scary events will push Ridge to make some modifications to his perspective in the coming episodes. Ridge and Brooke's private boat ride, dazzling fashion show. The Bold and the Beautiful teasers for Tuesday, July 29th, suggest that Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan will have a private boat adventure. There'll also be a lovely fashion show, so let's discuss about what's in store on Tuesday's fascinating B&B episode. Luisa Beccaria is a popular Italian designer who's linked forces with Forrester Creations on a new fashion line. Of course, that means it's time for a fashion show that'll excite those in attendance and create some talk for the company. The ceremony will take place in Capri on the La Canzoni del Mir Terrace, where Eric Forrester will deliver a speech and raise a glass as he addresses the crowd. Ridge and Brooke will take part in this group activity, but they'll also squeeze in a little alone time. Since Brooke and Ridge will have a private boat voyage over to Capri before the fashion show, that'll offer them an opportunity to bond and reminisce over earlier travels to Italy. Ridge may find it more difficult to focus on his commitment to Taylor Hayes, especially since she's all the way back in Los Angeles. Brooke will reunite with Ridge as they have some beautiful times together, so it's safe to say he'll be distracted from his engagement. Eric will continue to play Cupid and hope that Ridge will finally come to his senses about Brooke being his future. However, there'll be some barriers when it comes to Brooke and Ridge's reunion. Like Nick Marone, since he's had enormous plans of his own involving Brooke, a yacht, and Capri. Brooke's on the edge of being bored up with Ridge and diverting her attention to Nick instead. So Ridge's jealous side will certainly come out. Until then, spectators will see tons of fashion show fun and all the great designs that come with an event like this. It'll be a superb way to kick off this Italy holiday and will set the tone for all the excitement to follow. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Brooke's emotions will be all over the place because to Ridge and Nick's conduct in the coming weeks. So stick with us for updates on any major romance news. 4 things to know about B&B Italian episodes. What happens in Naples and Capri? The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest that there are 4 things to know about the Italy location shoot episodes that are slated to air soon. Some tremendous drama is on the horizon. So let's speak about what's unfolding in Naples and Capri. 1. Air dates for special episodes disclosed. For starters, we need to address the air dates for these particular B&B programs. Fans can watch the action in Italy kickoff on Tuesday, July 29th. From there, fans will be treated to Italian twists and turns until Wednesday, August 6th. That's when it'll be time for Brooke Logan, Ridge Forrester, and Eric Forrester to head home, following all the location shoot excitement. 2. Nick's romantic boat proposal. Nick Marone will also be a crucial piece of the tale once the Forrester gang is in Italy. Although Ridge and Brooke will take a boat excursion, Nick will entice Brooke into going on one with him as well. Of course, Nick would want to make sure his own boat ride with Brooke is larger and better. We'll see Nick enchant Brooke with a delicious supper and a proposal to remember. So he'll show off a shiny engagement ring and ask her to marry him. 3. Fashion display with a gorgeous backdrop. As Ridge has constantly reminded out, this is apparently supposed to be a Forrester business trip. That's why B&B will dedicate some time to a large Forrester event, notably a fashion show that'll give these special episodes a more glossy feel. Forrester Creations is set to debut a new Capro collection, so viewers will watch some stunning models showing off the designs. Some Mediterranean Sea islands will be in the background while those models strut their stuff. This line will be part of a collaboration with a famous Italian designer named Luisa Beccaria, so it's nice to know Forrester fashion will still find a way to take center stage. 4. Disaster hits for Brooke as Ridge takes action. Toward the end of this expedition, disaster will strike for Brooke. There'll be an accident that drives Ridge to hurry into action and changes his heart when it comes to his former flame. It appears like Ridge will jump in after Brooke once she tumbles into the water, so he'll rescue her and recognize that she's his soulmate in the process. The bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate that'll be fantastic news for Brooke, but you can bet Taylor Hayes will be crushed when she hears updates on Ridge's flip-flopping. Is Ridge really that hated? Is this man actually that anchored in the past? That's what a lot of the bold and the beautiful watchers can't help but question when it comes to the one and only Ridge Forrester. Is Ridge really that hated? That's because he's the kind of man that wants to have his cake and eat it. You'd think that by now he would have learnt to respect women just a little bit more, but that hasn't been the case at all. He keeps on playing with both Brooke and Taylor's hearts and emotions like it's one gigantic game for him. And very frankly, someone needs to urge him to stop immediately. The man has to grow up, right? Of course, B&B fans certainly did sound off on the matter on social media. Some even reacted with, "I don't hate Ridge. I am disgusted by his blow-gut antics and insane inclinations. His mother should have kicked his ass as a child until he earned the deepest respect and admiration for the female race." What's next for Ridge Forrester? Another reviewer of the episode stated, I can't blame him if every time I take a step outside I'm bombarded by who to be with. And my position is consistently rejected. Forget Eric at this point, 'cause he is the pig-headed one that won't listen to whatever his son says. And then there was this comment as well. Ridge has basically told him to shut the fuck up. He's engaged to Taylor, and he says, I know, but you belong with Brooke. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Is Ridge really that hated? Ridge is in his 50s. I think he can make his own mind up. Brad Bell can't help himself. He's an idiot that can't help but repeat that boring old situation over and again. Ridge and Brooke's private boat ride, dazzling fashion show, 50,000 words of bold and the beautiful drama in Italy. The sun kissed the shimmering blue waters of the Mediterranean as Ridge Forrester stood at the edge of the gorgeous yacht, his gaze fixated on the shoreline of Capri. His breath stopped in his throat, not from the magnificence of the sea, but from the vision behind him. Brooke Logan came from below deck, the Italian wind dancing through her golden hair, her silk dress clinging to her figure as if it had been painted onto her by the gods of fashion themselves. It was the kind of moment Ridge would later call fate. Again, Brooke grinned, unaware, or perhaps entirely aware, of the hold she held on him. Capri suits you, Ridge whispered, grabbing for her hand. But then, again, everywhere suits you. As their private boat glided softly toward the island, the history between them flowed into the open like the sea breeze. Decades of passion, betrayal, reunions, and grief. They'd flown to Italy under the pretense of business. But everyone, from Eric to Taylor to the international press, realized that wherever Ridge and Brooke went, love or disaster was certain to follow. The trip had been prepared with precision by Forrester Creations, who teamed with legendary Italian designer Luisa Beccaria to premiere the glittering Capro line on the famed La Canzone del Mare terrace. It was more than a show. It was a spectacle. It was a legacy. It was a trap. Because as the models practiced on marble runways and Eric celebrated with sparkling Prosecco, the true show was playing out in secret alcoves, candlelit cottages, and most dangerously on the lake. As the boat moored and Ridge assisted Brooke onto the jetty, the chemistry between them felt impossible to deny. Every shared glance, every touching hand, every memory, they all collided with the sound of Italian waves and camera shutters in the background. Do you remember the first time we were in Italy? Brooke asked, her eyes glistening. Florence, you astonished me with the horse-drawn carriage. And then you surprised me, Ridge smirked, by tearing your dress in front of the entire Forrester delegation. They laughed, and just like that, 20 years evaporated. But across the terrace, champagne glass in hand and bitterness in his eyes, Nick Marone watched. He had gone to Capri with a plan, a ring, a yacht of his own, and a heart that, despite everything, still belonged to Brooke Logan. The fashion show begins. As darkness fell, the patio evolved into an ethereal paradise of lace and beauty. Models glided across the marble floor in flowing costumes, touched by the coastal breeze. Luisa Beccaria herself beamed from the front row, alongside Eric Forrester, who was already organizing the press release. Tonight, Eric remarked, raising his glass, we celebrate not just fashion, but the timeless beauty of collaboration and the eternal spirit of romance that lives in every thread of a Forrester design. Applause followed, but Brooke and Ridge had slipped away again unseen, or so they thought. Nick discovered them later, tucked away in a secluded bay, the boat tied as music from the terrace wafted across the sea. Am I interrupting something? He asked, his voice laced with sarcasm and longing. Brooke turned, horrified. Ridge rose, his jaw taut. What are you doing here, Nick? Same thing you are, Nick said simply, stepping forward. Trying to reclaim something that never really left me. And with that, he dug inside his coat pocket and produced the ring. Nick's proposal and Ridge's jealous rage. You're kidding, Ridge growled, standing in front of Brooke. I'm dead serious, Nick replied, locking eyes with Brooke. This trip, this place, you. Brooke, marry me.